Are mind-controlling zombie diseases real? The short answer is yes. Today, we're looking at the science of The Last of Us and some of nature's creepiest infections, including weird fungal ant zombies, wasps that use you as an Uber ride, and caterpillars that dissolve into goo. Let's start with the star of the show, the fungus. The real version of the fungus is called Cordyceps unilateralis, which is known as the zombie ant fungus. It gets into the ants' brains and controls them like puppets, causing them not to eat brains but to become mindless, spore-spreading machines. So here, the show gets it right. The real fungus does change the ants' behavior and control their minds, essentially zombifying them. However, they are not aggressive and don't aim to attack anything, which the show therefore gets wrong. But they do aim to spread the fungus more, which is essentially what a zombie does. The fungus instead causes the ant to climb to the perfect location for fungal growth. This happens to be a leaf at a height of 26 centimeters above the forest floor, in an environment with 94 to 95% humidity and temperatures between 20 and 30 degrees. They then use their mandibles to just hang upside down from a leaf until they die. Once the mandibles of the ant are secured to the leaf, the fungus destroys and takes over the muscle fibers so it can't let go. Process leading up to death takes 4 to 10 days, and during this time, fruiting bodies of the fungus grow out of the ant's head, rupturing to release the fungus's spores. So the real fungus, ironically, causes the ant's jaws to lock in place, which would actually make infected humans unable to bite people to spread the fungus. So the show definitely gets that wrong. Instead of humans running around aggressively biting each other, they would actually just climb up things, hang off them, and wait for the fungus to explode out of them, which arguably is just as creepy. The Last of Us gets it right in that the fungus does hijack the ant's brain, zombifying them. But the timeline's a bit off. In The Last of Us, a person becomes a runner in 24 to 48 hours. In reality, it takes at least 16 to 24 days for the fungus to turn an ant into a mindless leaf hanger. Not quite the immediate chaos vibe you'd want for a zombie apocalypse. So it is understandable that they sped the timeline up. But let's give the idea a chance. The premise of The Last of Us is that a mutation causes the fungus to be able to infect humans, because the fungus has adapted to higher temperatures due to climate change. Is that plausible? Possibly. Global warming is a massive issue for humans at the moment, and organisms really are evolving right now to deal with it. If a fungus was to start to evolve, it could be to deal with and live in higher temperatures. And evolution is unpredictable, so who knows? And the Cordyceps fungus has made host jumps before. It has been seen to jump between different insect species, for example moving to grasshoppers and cicadas. But as of now, the idea of the fungus suddenly turning us into mind-controlled leaf hangers seems a bit far-fetched because of the vast differences in our biology. So overall, despite a very slight possibility of The Last of Us becoming real, there are too many things that don't quite add up, and science wins. But don't worry, there are other truly horrific and real zombie-like diseases that already exist. Introducing rabies! Rabies is like the zombie starter pack. It's a virus that's transmitted through bites. So just like in the zombie movies, an infected human or animal will bite you, and then bam, you're frothing at the mouth and attacking people like you're auditioning for The Walking Dead. Once bitten, it moves into your brain. In many cases, the infected organism becomes exceptionally aggressive and may attack without provocation, including wanting to bite people. Rabies is transmitted through saliva, and so biting people does spread the disease more. It also makes you froth at the mouth, again helping the infection to spread. Rabies causes flu-like symptoms initially, then a whole host of other horrific symptoms. The most common effect of rabies is hydrophobia, with the victim reluctant to swallow any water or saliva, which again makes the disease far more likely to spread if a bite occurs. The time from bite to experiencing symptoms is usually 1 to 3 months, but can vary wildly from 1 week to 1 year. The victim then dies 2 to 10 days after the first symptoms appear, with a basically zero survival rate. Although it is theoretically possible for rabies infected humans to transmit it to others by biting, no such cases have ever been documented because infected humans are usually taken to hospital and treated extremely carefully. We also have incredibly effective vaccines against this illness. Even if bitten, get the vaccine within 10 days and you're safe. It is 100% effective if given before symptoms appear. But if symptoms appear, it's too late. So rabies really does cause zombie-like symptoms, but a huge worldwide outbreak would be very unlikely. The main reason being the time it takes to take over a host. Imagine, especially since COVID, how much better prepared we would be to go into global lockdown and prevent the spread of a zombie outbreak. As always, science provides us with some horrifying alternatives. Include the emerald cockroach wasp. Look at the little cutie. Seems pretty innocent, right? Wrong. This little guy stings a cockroach, paralyzes it, and drags it to their lair for its larva to feast on from the inside out. The wasp stings the cockroach right in the brain. This means the cockroach can't move on its own and doesn't respond to anything, but is very much still alive. The wasp then drags the cockroach into its burrow, where it deposits an egg, and then proceeds to bury the cockroach alive for the growing larva to feed on. Keeping the cockroach in this state, rather than killing it, allows it to stay fresh for longer for the larva to feed on. I mean, this is real life alien-like stuff. It is literally exploding out of its chest. And then there's Baculoviridae, a virus that infects caterpillars. It makes them eat uncontrollably, like they're at an all-you-can-eat buffet. The caterpillar then climbs up high and the cells dissolve into goo. There is now lumps of liquefied caterpillar and goo raining down viral material ready to infect future hosts. Nature, everyone. Truly brutal. So is the zombie apocalypse possible? Maybe. But for now, we get weird fungal ant zombies, wasps that use you as an Uber ride, and caterpillars that melt into goo. Stay safe, keep your body temperature high, and stop yourself becoming a mushroom-headed zombie. Science wins this one. For now.